Hey Marcus, suck on this. Teabag! Welcome back, Gears of War 2 fans. Today I'm doing a Marcus Fenix review, and this is a Toys R Us exclusive. Just want to say that this figure looks amazing, even in the package and without even getting it out yet. But yeah, the packaging that he's in is really nice. This is my first Gears of War figure from either Gears of War 1 or Gears of War 2. So I figured I'd grab him, and he's just a total badass and, you know, just an awesome figure. So let's take a look at the back. Alright, so here's the back of the box. There's a blown up picture of Marcus. And there's a little bio. Marcus Fenix established himself as a war hero during the Pendulum Wars. He was on the fast track to an outstanding military career until a monstrous Lotus horde emerged from the underground, now leading Delta Squad. He simply fights for survival. So down below it shows the figures in the set. So let's open them up and let's check them out. So we have Marcus out of the packaging, and I gotta say this is a really awesome figure. I just want to say that the dog tags there in his right hand is the reason why this is the Toys R Us exclusive figure. But back to the review, I just want to say that this figure has really good detail. The articulation is pretty decent. It is a bulky figure with the armor and stuff, and it is Neca, and they're traditionally with lower articulation, but their figures are very well detailed, and they come with pretty nice accessories. This guy only has the dog tags and his lancer with the chainsaw at the end of it, but that's a typical weapon for him. But yeah, this is an awesome figure. So let's take a closer look at this guy. Alright, now we have Fenix up close, and I'll just spin him around for you to get a good look at the figure. And these Neca figures really have a lot of detail, and you can see a scar on his face, his goatee, and just all the little marks, awards and symbols and badges on his uniform, armor. This is actually a knife, but it doesn't come out. It's just for display. But that still looks cool. And there's mud on his boots, which is a nice touch. It's pretty cool. Let's just take a look at the gun, or the lancer. So let's get down to business. Let's check out the articulation on this figure. Alright, so his head can spin 360 degrees. The shoulder pad right here does hinder it, so you can go all the way up to there. I mean, it would go all the way around, but I don't want to pop this thing off. Elbow articulation, this hand spins 360. I want to say this is a ball jointed shoulder, but I'm not able to pull this out, and I don't want to break the figure. So I'm not really convinced that it is. And if it is, it must be hindered by this armor here. But like I said, it can go all the way around, but this pad right here. Then we have upper bicep articulation. This is like a nice little rubber pad for his elbow. That's pretty cool. This hand, though, is molded so he's holding the dog tags, so you can't, unless you have an alternate hand, you can't take it out. And this is my only Gears of War figure, so I don't have that. Ab articulation or waist articulation because of this belt right here. It's got this nice utility belt with armor pouches, and the hip joint just swivels back and forth like this. It's no ball joint, so that's not the greatest. Upper thigh here is some articulation there. There is a knee joint there, and the final piece of articulation on this character is just foot articulation there. It goes up and down. This figure is really tight, and the joints don't really like to move very well. So for that, you know, this is not really one of those figures that has really great articulation, honestly. Even because the arms here, they move, but they don't go out. So that really hinders the figure quite a bit. I know there's some other YouTubers out there that have been mentioning to me that they don't really like Neca figures because the articulation is really just not very well. So I honestly agree with this figure that it doesn't have that great of articulation. Like, I personally don't care if a figure has good or bad articulation, because most of my figures that I keep are for collection, and you know, I'll just pose them in whatever ways I could possibly do that. But I don't really need them to be posable in all these certain different directions. It's a neat figure. I like the design, I like the sculpt, I like the detail, and the articulation for me is fine, but for someone that would really want some articulation in their character, this is just not, really not going to cut it, honestly. But, you know, it's an awesome figure. You know, maybe not awesome figure with great articulation, but I believe this is the only Gears of War figures out there, so you're pretty much stuck with this articulation if you want, you know, a Marcus Fenix or, you know, other Gears of War characters. I'm assuming that they all probably have similar articulation. I mean, this is a very solid figure. If, you know, if I dropped it, it doesn't feel like it's gonna break. It looks awesome, but yeah. The downfall to this figure is the articulation. Thanks for watching this review on Marcus Fenix, the Toys R Us exclusive with the dog tags. Thanks again, guys. Teabag.